Alright, so it kind of turns out that I'm a bit of an idiot and I didn't actually like look at the new event material because the new event's actually dropping on April 6th. So I was over here being like, man, I gotta wake up at like early in the morning, gotta get ready to make this video, but then this is what dropped. So I'm a little excited to see who is going to be getting the buffs. Obviously, I think if we click over here, yep, Skadi's going up on rate up, so that is something that I'm absolutely excited for. You guys should be expecting a somewhat of a Skadi summoning video because I want this on my JP account. I would really like Skadi because I have some pretty sick quick units. So that is something that I'm pretty happy that I saved up for. But the thing that I actually really want to see is the strengthening quest. Who out of all of these units is going to be getting the strengthening? Because as I said, like, I'm really hoping for Brynhilder, dude. Like, I'm really hoping. Well, I guess this kind of spoils it for me that this they didn't they didn't give it to Brynhilder unless it's one of her other skills, right? Because I really think she like if they just make these like 3 turns, oh my god, is Brynhilder just like so good at that point. Napoleon doesn't really need it. Valkyrie, if we could buff their NP, that would greatly help them out a lot. Sitanai, if we could buff their NP, that would help them out a lot. And then Sigurd, honestly, I think one of the best things I could do for him is buff his second skill to kind of match his crit skill. I already predicted this in yesterday's video, or was it the day before that? Might have been the day before that, but I was talking about how because his crit damage is based on hits, that it's going to be really likely that if they buff his Buster buff, they're going to make it the same thing as well. So let's actually just go ahead and click. Let's see strengthening. Okay, so it is Sigurd, but I want to read what it is. I want to read the actual like skill because sometimes those little pages aren't very good. So it's not this. It is the second skill. All right. So keep in mind, boys. Already, this is a 50% Buster buff for 1 turn and a pretty solid Guts. I would say, well, not even that solid because it's actually 1 HP. Actually, this Guts sucks, okay? Pretty bad. But all right, what do they do to buff it? All right, come on. Dang. Okay, well, they reduce the cooldown. That's pretty good. This makes it actually a little bit better because 3 turns, it's going to be up for 3 turns and then down for 3 turns because of the 6-turn cooldown. And yeah, that's about what I was expecting, huh? They really aren't doing anything fun with the servants, huh? Like, I feel like Ivan got such a really good buff. Like, Ivan, I feel like after his buff is actually like really strong. Because like if we like look over at what they did to our boy over here, it's almost like, man, you need an AoE rider that can just obliterate enemy servants, bro. This like, look at what they gave to my mans. Like, this was already like pretty good, right? 50% NP gain, removes own debuffs, pretty good. Then like, screw it, 30% battery, which is very crucial again because of the append skill. So that's very good. They gave him that, and then they were like, screw it, double damage mods against lawful and chaotic enemies. I'm like, bro, they just made my man broken. They gave him so much extra damage for no reason. They gave him an NP gauge as well as massive NP gain. And then he still does all the other nasty stuff that he does. I mean, the 40% for 3 turns, the stars every turn, the ability to yeet all of his enemies' buffs and keep himself alive. So it's like, if that was on his NP, he'd be disgusting. But it's like, my man is just broken, right? Like, he's just like big Bingus, right? Like, he's actually like big boss killing Bingus, right? Despite being a big Bingus himself. But Sigurd over here, like, I don't know what it is. Like, did they just think Sigurd was like too good to buff? Because I haven't really met anybody that's really like, oh yeah, Sigurd, this guy is so sick. He's so good. He's one of the best sabers in my box. If anything, most people that have Sigurd are like, he's a little disappointing and wonky to use. So I was kind of hoping like they would buff something up, man. Like, I don't know, at least increase the HP for the guts. Maybe add like, I don't know, like a small damage mod against like evil people. Because, you know, he's like the great king of knights in it. Or not king. What is he? Knight King of Warriors? Yeah, King of Warriors. Same thing. King of Knights, King of Warriors, whatever. This is technically. Isn't this pretty much better? Because like knights is only knights, but this is like all warriors. Isn't this like technically higher level of king? Why is he not? Why is he not? Why is he not killing good or not good, but evil people? Dude, it's way too early. But dude, like, really, it's very, very disappointing. Really, the most like impressive thing I think that's going on right now is Skadi coming back around, because everything else is kind of just like disappointing, you know? Because like, I had such high hopes because Ivan, he just looks insane now. Like, Ivan looks insane. And I mean, let's not forget that they also just recently made Tesla an absolute monster. Like, Tesla is now like the sleeper, like, best AoE Buster Archer, because this is ridiculous, right? Like, this is absolutely redonkulous. The ability to like massively gas up his own NP gain, give it to the party, the ability to guarantee his second skill. So now he actually has a solid 30% NP damage buff multiplying into his 20% attack buff. That's really, really strong. Plus the ability to this no, yeah, that's right, that right there. This one is for his NP, where he's actually able to pretty much guarantee his stun now, because now that's like an 80% chance to stun, which is ridiculous, right? Like, his damage mod is really good. The 50% battery, Pierce invincibility makes him really good for boss battles. This is whatever. Like, who cares about the 10 stars? Like, that's the one thing. It's like, really, man, 10 stars? Who cares? But, you know, it's like he does everything else. So, like, we had Ivan. Ivan became giga insane. He became a monster, right? Tesla gets buffed. Tesla's absolutely insane. He's a monster. Sigurd gets buffed. He's slightly better. You know, like, he's a little more consistent because of his cooldown. And you don't have to waste... Oh, sorry, excuse me. You don't have to waste all of his buffs on one turn. Because at least, like, this way, you have to do, like, your big Buster Brave Chain, like your NP, then your 2 Buster cards. You got to do it to get maximum efficiency. This one, it's like, you could fire the NP on turn 1. Maybe you get, like, 1 Buster card turn 2. And then turn 3, you get his last Buster card, right? Because sometimes FGO cards are weird like that. And so you can at least space out your damage and kind of like not bust it all in one turn, which there is an advantage to doing that. You know, if bosses have break bars, you know, that you really don't want to burst everything on one turn, because then you're just kind of sitting there while they have this new HP bar. So it's like, you can like smack them turn 1, you could smack them again turn 3 or turn 2, then turn 3 do it again. So it's like not the worst thing in the world, but man, like, compared to everything that I was talking about in the video, where I was like, oh, what buffs could they get? Like, what interesting things could they do? This is just really disappointing, right? Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like pretty much anybody in the comments could have come up with something better for Sigurd, right? Like, anybody, like, any one of us could have been like, could have just made a better buff, right? Like, I feel like I was just shotgunning ideas out there that I all thought were, like, pretty good for, like, all these servants, and this is kind of what we end up with. It's just like, bro, you didn't even buff the HP, man. Come on. I don't even know. I don't know, dog. This is a little disappointing to me, but I guess you guys can let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think about Sigurd? I mean, are you excited for his buff? Are you disappointed? Because I'm massively disappointed, especially following Ivan and Tesla, but I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. I upload FGO videos every single day. I also stream over on my Twitch every single day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is FGO days, and then Tuesday, Thursdays are Yu-Gi-Oh days. Although sometimes I stream Elden Ring, and that kind of just takes priority over everything else. So that's all that good stuff. Also, if you want to participate in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament next Saturday, I'm going to be hosting that over on my Twitch as well. Just come to the Discord and sign up for that. That's something else that I need to start plugging a bit more, because, you know, you got to get people to sign up. But yeah, with all that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Just my day is ruined, bro. It's the actual meme. It's like, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined.